Hey everyone, welcome to the in-depth tutorial on the song King of My Heart, written by John Mark McMillan and Sarah McMillan. It's a great song. Super stoked to show you how to play our interpretation of the track. This song has a couple of things I want to talk about. We're at 68 BPM, so set your metronomes to that. If you can't switch it to an eighth note option, you're going to go to 136. One of the things I love about this track is some of the unconventional things that we get to do as drummers when we're playing it. The first thing is that the drums come in with a 16th note rim clack that you can do either on your rack tom or the rim of your snare. I prefer to do it though on the kick drum. There's something about the wood on wood sound versus the wood on metal sound. You know, this is cool, but I think this is cooler. It just has more like a square attack to it, and I love it. So when the track comes in, there's a whole lot of space for a long like verse and chorus by itself, and then the drums will come in with the rim clacks first, and then a backbeat on the snare. Now, if you're one of the churches that's fortunate enough to have an auxiliary percussion player, that auxiliary percussion player can also back you up with like a stick on a spare kick drum or stick on a floor tom or whatever. So they can join you in it, which will make the part even more effective. Our friends down at Bethel Music in Reading do that, and it's sick. All right, so this is how it comes in. Interesting thing about the groove is there's so much space with your snare compared to what your hand's doing. But you know, the clack makes it sound unconventional. It could be played like this. And that sounds a little bit more normal. Perhaps your worship leader would prefer it. So if they feel like the rim shot is a little bit too abrasive, give the hi-hat a whirl and see if that suits your church's temperature of worship better. From there, what happens is we've got a chorus groove that's kind of like this sick syncopation. Right? So it's kind of fun going back and forth between the floor tom and your flam. That can kind of be a little bit tricky intensity-wise, so make sure that you're putting the flams in the most intense choruses in the song. On this track, we decided to do flams only in the last set of choruses in the bridge because we just wanted to give that special emphasis. So it's more played like this. And third chorus. So the difference is quite intense. Lastly, that is going to translate to a groove that happens at the end chorus of the song, where it's the exact same syncopation, only instead of floor tom, you're going to be doing that syncopation on your kick drum. So it'll require a little bit of fast heel toe action. And then your ride cymbal is just doing standard eighths. Just a super sick groove. Once you put it all together, there's this really sick transition that happens that I want to tell you is based on 30-second notes. Now, we don't often talk about notation in the drum tutorials here, so this is a really good time for us to cover it. A quarter note in this track would, at around 68, I'm not playing to a click right now, so this is all Wilson feel, so to speak. We go like this. That's a quarter note. Now I'm going to play an eighth note. It's twice as fast, right? Here's the 16th. So the compound, quarter, eighth, 16th. A 30-second note is twice as fast as a 16th note. Looks like this. Right? What's fun is when we do the bridge, there's a sweet like pop on a cymbal and snare that kind of announces that we're going to a ramped up chorus. When that happens, it's out of this groove. Now, normally that fill would be disgusting, absolutely gross in the middle of Sunday worship because like, when is that ever appropriate? only in a John Mark song. The guy can just pull it out. It's incredible. So what you get to do is something that you don't often get to do, and I want you to practice it at home before you attempt it. It would be better just to do a standard 8th or 16th note build than a failed 32nd note build. Always, it's good to reach for the stars, but practice at home first for that big opportunity. One way you can practice at home is just on your leg. When I was learning how to play drums, all I did was carry sticks with me everywhere. I was like Linus with the security blanket. Everywhere through high school, kids made fun of me, pushed me up against the locker, told me I was weird, told me I had like security blanket problems because I carried my drumsticks with me. The advantage is I got really good at drums, and I just learned how to play over and over. Played on my knee, played on practice pads, on pillows in my bedroom, everywhere. Practice 32nd notes, practice 16ths, 8ths, quarters, and practice to your metronome. And then you can attempt to do that 32nd fill, and everybody will be stoked. All right, that's basically it. We're gonna put it all together in the play along, and you can practice with me. I'll see you there.